Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Xiao, for this extremely kind and detailed introduction, reminding me that I've been to many countries already, but I'm extremely delighted to be here in the US now. And as you said, I'm currently the CEO of Global Banking and Markets for HSBC in the Americas. First, again, I would like to thank very much Chairman Chu and CGCC for organizing yet again a very important platform to speak about US-China financial, economic and trade relations. And the quality of the panels and the discussion today has been extraordinary. On behalf of HSBC, I'd also like to say that I am deeply honored to be a member of CGCC. HSBC has been a member for many years, and even more honored to join the advisory board of CGCC. So thank you very much for that. Now, there is very good reason for the business, financial services and policy communities to come together right now to discuss US-China commercial linkages. And China has emerged not just as the world's engine for growth, but as a global leader and advocate for globalization and trade openness. So let's just consider how much has happened in the last 18 months. I mean, earlier on, Mr. Xiao, you announced this great news that MSCI has announced that it will include 222 A shares, right, in their emerging market benchmark index, right, suddenly opening access to the $7 trillion equity market in China. So we believe it is a pivotal moment, but it is also, in a way, the latest milestone not the last, on a journey that started almost 10 years ago with when China embarked on the path toward the internationalization on renminbi, right? And last year, and there has been many milestones, so just to cover just a few over the last 18 months, last year, as you know, the IMF announced plans to add the RMB to the SRB basket of currency. That includes also the dollar, the pound, and the euro. We know that China has ramped up its ambition, its very ambitious going out strategy by bedding down stronger roots across Southeast Asia and the Middle East with the formation of the Belt and Road Initiative. And China is delivering on its commitment to gradually liberalize access to its equity market, as we just saw. But prior to that, we had the very successful launches of first the Hong Kong Shanghai Connect, followed by, just in December of last year, as you know, the Shenzhen Hong Kong Stock Connect. Right? And additionally, and that is important as well, the China-Hong Kong Bond Connect, which is going to actually create a link to the very important and very domestic, for the moment, bond market in China, is an important step forward. And lastly, and that's important for some of the corporates in this room, we've also seen new rules allowing investors to hedge their CNY exposure using onshore foreign exchange derivatives, which is creating greater convergence in the onshore-offshore renminbi exchange rates, and is paving the way for China's bond to be added to the global indices, like we have seen, actually, the news from MSCI on equity. Now, the leadership position that China has assumed, both regionally and globally, is an accurate reflection of its standing in the world. And while China's economic and financial reform is pivotal, we must not forget the symbiotic relationship with the US, which is also deepening in lockstep. US investors and corporates are accessing the Chinese market in droves, and many of you guys are a good example of that with us today. And just as an example, BlackRock has successfully accessed the Chinese onshore capital markets via the RQFI quota, and I'm very proud to say that they had chosen HSBC to be their custodian bank for this milestone transaction. As we have seen some example again today, we've seen also the US continue to capitalize on the changing nature of the outbound direct investment. And we've seen some large Chinese conglomerates diversify their investments, for example, to assets in the high-end retail space in the US. This is a trend that we feel will continue as the Chinese middle class continues to rise, to digitize, to travel, and to shop. From the HSBC perspective, we stand ready to embrace this prosperity and to support our customers as they develop or deepen their US-China business initiatives. We have long served as a financial bridge between the US and China. You may know that we began actually our operations in Hong Kong and in Shanghai in 1865. What you may not know is actually in that same year of 1865, we have actually opened 2 other offices in the world. One was in London, the other one was in San Francisco. Now, we think we offer a unique perspective and expertise on this relationship because of those historic ties and because of the assistance that we provide to help people drive business in those 2 markets. So again, just would like to tell you how proud and how happy we are to contribute to CGCC for that. I would like to thank again our partner, to thank ICBC and thank CGCC, and I would be very happy to continue this conversation with some of you after the drinks.